So we come to the part 3 video of the exercise 11.4, and this is our concluding part. Couple of problems just left to solve. In the 14th problem, they are telling us that there is a hyperbola whose vertex is plus or minus 70 and whose eccentricity is given as 4 by 3. That is the case. They ask us to find the equation of the hyperbola. We've been doing all this, right? So we will continue with this. Are we clear about what kind of parabola it is, whether it's hyperbola it is, whether it's of type 1, type 2? It's clear that it's of type 1. How? From the coordinate, right? So the required equation is, or the given equation is, x squared by a squared minus y squared by b squared equal to 1. Yes. Here what all things are there? Vertex a is 7 and E is 4 by 3, which is therefore E is 4 by 3. E by formula is also C by A. So we need to work on this. C by A is 4 by 3, but A is 7. So C by 7 is 4 by 3, which makes the C value as 4 by 3 into 7, which is 28 by 3. So we need to get the C squared if you have to get the A squared. A squared is there. Probably A squared is 49. That's there, but you have to get the B squared. So therefore, if C is 28 by 3, then C squared is 28 by 3 into 28 by 3. So that way B squared is going to be C squared minus A squared, which is 28 by 3 into 28 by 3, and A for us it is 7 into 7 or 49, whatever. Now I choose to write like this because I feel certain things can be common and your working can be a little simple. So maybe that is why we are choosing out like this. This is as good as saying 7 into 4. This is as good as saying 7 into 4. So that way you can have 7 into 7 coming up common. What remains here? 4 into 4 in the numerator, and in the denominator 3 into 3, and this has come out totally. Now you can solve everything, get the value and do it. That is the traditional and conventional way of doing it. But only thing, since we know factorizing, maybe we can do that so we can spare a little bit of time. That's all. So what happens is, this is 7 7s are 49, 4 4s are 16, 9 minus 1. So you have to equalize with 9. You are left with 49 into 16 minus 9 whole by 9, and that is 49 by 9 and 7. That's it. So this we have to get the value. 9, 7, 63, 28 and 6. It's 34. 343 by 9. That's all. So you get the equation. The equation is of the hyperbola is what? X squared by A squared, which we already got as 49, minus y squared by 343 by 9 equal to 1, which could be also called as x squared by 49 minus 9 goes up, 9y squared by 343 equal to 1. You can leave it here, but actually if you want you can solve it also. Why? Because 49 is a factor of 343, 7 times. So if you want you can solve it. You can multiply this by 7, multiply this by 7. So this works up like 7x squared minus 9y squared and whole by 343, which will go on the other side, and you'll get finally this as a solved version. You can leave it here, there's no problem, but because 49 is a factor of 343, it gives you scope to maybe modify it. So that is your modified equation. That's our problem number 14. Now we come to the problem number 15, where they give us the foci. It's very glaring, that's of type 2, looking at the coordinate. They tell that it's of type 2 and they tell a point passing. So basically it's like this, that there is a hyperbola and there is this point 2, 3. That's what they intend to tell us. So let's start right away. The required equation is, y squared by a squared minus x squared by b squared equal to 1. And yeah, so how will that work? Y squared by a squared, and then we look out for what is given to us here. We have the foci, which is of the type 0c, so like that we get c as root 10. So automatically c squared is 10. We have 2 3 passing, so it's belonging, and so it's satisfying x and y. Like satisfying means substituting. All this is what we have learnt and kept. Since 2 comma 3 belongs to the hyperbola, we are substituting. So what is happening? 3 3s are 9. 9 by a squared minus 2 2s are 4. 4 by b squared equal to 1. We have come to this form, then we will have to solve this. Maybe we have to equalize. What other way of solving, right? We can equalize it. So it's like, or you could do one thing. No, let's do equalizing, and then maybe we will come back to this form, which is a squared plus b squared actually. Or maybe, yeah, I think that way it should be a little better. See, c squared is a squared plus b squared. So you could have b squared becoming 10 minus a squared. Let's have it that way. So what will happen is, when we modify it, I hope this is clear to us, that we are taking b squared as 10 minus a squared. Now let's put it over here. B squared is 10 minus a squared. Automatically there is no other work rather than equalizing, so you have to multiply by 10 minus a squared both in the numerator and denominator, here by a squared. So 9 into 10 minus a squared, 4 into a squared whole by a squared times 10 minus a squared equal to 1, which goes there. So you have 90 minus 9a squared minus 4a squared is a squared times 10 minus a squared. Let's expand it. 10a squared minus a raised to 4, and these both are like, so minus 13a squared. Let's have everything on one side. A raised to 4 minus 13a squared minus 10a squared plus 90 equal to 0. So a raised to 4 minus 23a squared plus 90 equal to 0. Oh, 90, which is 9 tens are, or it is, right, 5 threes are 15 and 6, no. Then I must check if everything is all right. This is y squared by a squared minus x squared. So 9 minus 4, all that is okay. So Ah, 18 and 5, you could have it. This is a quadratic in a squared, so this will come to a raised to 4 minus 18a squared minus 5a squared plus 90 equal to 0. So it's like you can have a squared common, a squared minus 18 minus 5 times a squared minus 18 equal to 0. So you have a squared minus 18 into a squared minus 5 equal to 0. A can become a squared can become 18, or a squared can become 5. A squared, so a will become, yeah, a squared is 15 or a squared is 5. Now when we check this, if a squared is 18, then there is no chance that you can get c squared as 10, because c squared is a squared plus b squared. So this you have to rule out, because when we have to get c squared as 10, then that doesn't work properly. So we'll consider a squared as 5. So here, so if a squared is 5, so you will get the b squared value. Therefore b squared, which is 10 minus a squared, will come to 10 minus 5, 5. Therefore the equation is y squared by a squared, which is 5, minus x squared by b squared, which is 5, equal to 1. If you want common denominator, so y squared minus x squared whole by 5 equal to 5. That way also you can. This is the required thing, and this is how we finish our exercise. With the new exercise, we come in the next video. Thank you.